The road runs wild through a valley torn. Boots wear thin and the soul feels warm. I held a map that the devil drew. Every road led straight to you. The preacher said, boy, turn back fast, but the Lord don't travel roads like that. The tavern hums where the lost men meet, trading lies for something sweet. I raised my glass, said here's to sin. They clapped their hands and pulled me in. Broken compass, point me home, even if it's where I roamed. If grace runs north, I'll head due west and let the wind decide the rest. The moonlight falls on the sinner's field, where mercy's crop has never healed. I plant my hope in the barren clay and pray the dawn forgets my name. Broken compass, point me home, even if it's where I roam. If grace runs north, I'll head due west and let the wind decide the rest. Little weeps in the mountain rain, boots stomp time to the aching chain. Broken compass, spin again, show me lies, I'll call on friends. If heaven's lost or hell's been sold, I'll walk till truth turns back to gold. Broken compass, point me home, even if it's where I roamed. If grace runs north, I'll head due west and let the wind decide the rest. The road runs wild through a valley torn, and I keep walking, tired and worn. A mournful bluesy bend on the fiddle, held long and shaky. The banjo plays a simple, slow, dark riff, the sound of a cold wind howling around a corner. The crossroads waiting when the moon went black, had a heavy coin I was keeping in my sack. Met a thin man smiling with his teeth all gold, said I can buy the stories that your mama told. I didn't think twice, I was desperate and bold, traded my future for a hand I could hold. He drew up the contract on a dusty scrap of hide, said sign your name, here ain't no place left to hide. He offered fortune, a chance to be clean, erase the black history of the man I had been. The ink burned cold when I pressed down my thumb. Now every sweet thing that I taste turns numb. It's the devil's bargain blues and the cost is steep. You trade away your soul for a promise you can't keep. Stomp your foot hard, let the cold ground shiver and groan, cause the only reward is a casket and stone. He comes to collect when the sun goes down, the saddest old deal in this whole damn town. the riches, I got the cheap fame, but every stranger knows my real wicked name. I bought a fine house, built it right on the hill, but the sound of his laughter, it follows me still. He sits in the corner when the lamps are low, just patiently waiting for the final clock to go. It's the devil's bargain blues, and the cost is steep. You trade away your soul for a promise you can keep. Stomp your foot hard, let the cold ground shiver and groan, cause the only reward is a casket and stone. He comes to collect when the sun goes down, the saddest old deal in this whole damn town. Hits a slow, heavy, menacing rhythm. The cello provides a deep pounding pulse. The banjo and mandolin play a dark, low register melody. A low, gravelly voice speaks over the music. He ain't forgetting the price, son. He never does. It's the devil's bargain blues, and the checks come due. There ain't no more running left for me or for you. Stomp your foot hard, let the cold dirt call. It's time to answer the final bitter thrall. He comes to collect, there's no more delay, and the light in the morning won't chase him away. The music stops abruptly, the sound of a single slow, deliberate finger snap, followed by a low, mocking laugh that fades into the sound of the howling wind. Half burned, smoke still whispers where faith once turned. I lit that match with a steady hand, watched it dance like it understands. Said every man needs a brand new start, then the flames carved truth through my crooked heart. Came with a tear and a laugh, said the Lord forgives, but he don't know why. I laughed once soft, said that's alright. I've made my peace with the black of night. Whistle in the ashes, call my name. All that lost don't feel like shame. If heaven weeps, let it rain. I warm my hands on what remains, on what remains. Head lies charred in soot. Faith don't grow where the roots are cut. He said, son, you're gone, but not too far. I said, the road's my sin and my scar. Whistle in the ashes, call my name. All that's lost don't feel like shame. If heaven weeps, let it rain. I'll warm my hands on what remains, on what remains. Fiddle cries through the smoke-stained air. Boot stomp soft in a sinner's prayer. Whistle in the ashes, fade away. I burn my wrongs where the angels stay. If the Lord still listens, let him know I found my truth in the fire's glow. Hums low through a house half burned, and I never look back where the fire turned. A slow guttural strum on the cello, followed by a quiet, insistent foot stomp. A solitary almond plays a weary, high-pitched line that sounds like a cry in the distance. Blind Bill was a fiddler down on his luck, traded his eyesight for a rusty old truck. He couldn't see the highway, couldn't see the light, but his fiddle played louder in the dead of the night. He played for sinners and he prayed for the lost, didn't care for the money, just counting the cost. You'll ever hear. He played a tune about a woman named Sue who ran off with the preacher when the rent was due. Oh, the whiskey's flowing and the rhythm's low. Blind Bill's playing on the long dusty road. Stomp your boots hard till the sound is true. He plays for me and he plays for you. He can't see the devil, but he hears his call and he plays his way right through it all. He said, son, the greatest thing that a man can find is the true sound of trouble that you leave behind. His fingers danced on the strings like fire, putting out the flames of all my desire. He finished the song with a single sharp note, then packed up his fiddle and his raggedy coat. Oh, the whiskey's flowing and the rhythm's low. Blind Bill's playing on the long dusty road. Stomp your boots hard till the sound is true. He plays for me and he plays for you. He can't see the devil, but he hears his call and he plays his way right through it all. Explodes into a fast virtuoso banjo and fiddle trade off, mimicking a man running blind. The tempo is relentless and manic group shouts are frantic. Offbeat hop-cha, hop-cha, hop-cha. Done and the bottles dry. Blind Bill vanished right into the sky. Stomp your boots now till the air is clear. Carry on the sorrow that he left right here. He can't see the finish, but he knows the end. Play the same sad song round the very next bend. Fades to the sound of same weary, high-pitched line from the intro, slowly getting further and further away. Fog grows thick through the holler wide. The moon hangs low like it wants to hide. I brewed my sins in a copper still, fed them sweet till they turned to will. The sheriff came with his hand on lead. I smiled once, then the whiskey said, the preacher drinks what he calls truth, spits it out through a broken tooth. Says, boy, redemption's a fragile thing. I said, soul's a soul with a busted wing. Moonshine bones, they rattle clean. Ghosts all hum where I've been seen. If the Lord don't mind the sin I own, let me burn bright in my moonshine bones. Mama's cross hangs by the door, rust on fade, dust on the floor. She said, child, come home someday, but the road don't bend that kind of way. Moonshine bones, they rattle clean. Ghosts all hum where I've been seen. If the Lord don't mind the sin I own, let me burn bright in my moonshine bones. Little sighs through the smoky air, boots tap soft to a sinner's prayer. Moonshine bones, they'll lay me low under the hill where the wild weeds grow. If heaven calls, just tell him no. I'm still warm in my moonshine glow. Fog rolls thick through the holler wide, and I fade slow by the riverside. The swan breathes slow in the break of day. Mist rolls thick where the lost men lay. I found my faith in a copperhead's den. He hissed, you're back again, my friend. The preacher said, boy, don't tempt that bite. But the Lord's been quiet every night. The church bells rusted, the doors hang low. The choir hums what the sinners know. I lit a match to the book of Psalms. hands on forgotten corn. Sing, sing, Copperhead Choir, raise your ears to the Lord of Fire. If grace won't come, I'll stand right here with the snakes that shed their fear. Pew. She said, son, the devil looks like you. I tipped my hat, said, ma'am, that's fair, and walked through smoke that filled the air. Sing, sing, Copperhead Choir, to the Lord of Fire. If grace won't come, I'll stand right here with the snakes that shed their Banjo snaps through the heavy heat. Boots keep time where the bayou meets. Sing, sing, Copperhead Choir, let the truth burn with the liar. If heaven calls, I'll never tire of singing low with the Copperhead Choir. The swan breeze slow in the break of day, and I fade with the fall where the lost men lay. Red River runs beneath the hill, cold and dark but never still. I tossed a stone where her tears had been, watched it sink through the weight of sin. The current spoke in a voice so low, said, boy, some things you'll never know. The sheriff's hat hangs by the door. He don't come round here no more. Too many ghosts, too much blame. All the dead still whisper my name. Red River bones, sing me down. Let me lie where the lost are found. If heaven's kind and hell's my friend, I'll meet them both at the river's bend. Where the cross is lean, the night burns black, the stars turn mean. I hum that tune she used to play and pray the water takes me away. Red River bones, sing me down. Let me lie where the lost are found. If heaven's kind, then hell's my friend. I'll meet them both at the river's bend. Fiddle cries through the dying flame, boots tap slow to a cursed name. Red River bones carry me deep, where the restless lay and the angels weep. If grace won't come, I'll find my own in the river song and the undertone. The Red River runs beneath the hill, and it's calling, calling still. Lightning cracks through the mountain rain, smoke curls thin from a southbound train. I keep a Bible in my coat beside the gun the truth once wrote. The page is torn, the barrel cold, both have stories never told. Mama said, son, you can't serve two, but the Lord runs quiet when the night bleeds through. I've prayed in bars and I've sinned in pews, ain't much left for a man to lose. Bullet and Bible hand in hand, one to kill and one to stand. If heaven's locked, I'll shoot that door and read my peace forevermore. Rides with a cross of brass, says redemption don't come to the last. I tip my brim, he tips his flask. We both wear ghosts, we'll never unmask. I'm bullet and Bible hand in hand, one to kill and one to stand. If heaven's locked, I'll shoot that door and read my peace forevermore. Boots stomp slow, the deed long done. Bullet and Bible side by side, one for sin, one for pride. If the Lord don't talk when I meet his eyes, I'll call my prayer where silence lies. dry, scratchy sound of a match being struck, followed by a long, slow inhale and exhale. A slow, heavy, repeating two chords strung on the cello and banjo. The last of the tobacco burns down to the bud, just like the bridge I burned on the way to the hut. I'm sitting on the porch watching the fire die slow. Got no good place to stay and no good place to go. The dirt road's muddy, the sky's black as tar. Guess the comfort I need ain't found in a jar. From the poison I smoke, it's the only damn friendship that has never broke. I trade them for pennies, the lies that I tell, just keeping myself out of my own private hell. The cheap wine is thin, but it gets the job done. Blots out the memory of the light and the sun. It's coffin nails and cheap wine, the only two true things. The sour salvation that the bitter morning brings. Stomp your feet, boy, let the splinters fly. You get what you deserve neath this cold gray sky. I'm chasing the haze till the fire goes out. Another lost soul with a reason to shine. I heard a song on the wind, a lonesome old tune about a love that was lost neath a bloody red moon. It cut me right deep where the damage is old, a story the cheap wine has already told. I poured another glass and I lit a new one. Gonna keep right on smoking till the day I am done. It's coffin nails and cheap wine, the only two true things. The sour salvation that the bitter morning brings. Stomp your feet, boy, let the splinters fly. You get what you deserve neath this cold gray sky. I'm chasing the haze till the fire goes out. Another lost soul with a reason to shout. Music builds into a stomping, reckless, slightly drunken reel. The fiddle and banjo play a fast, weaving chaotic melody group shout. Slurred and defiant. Burn! Drink! And it's coffin nails and cheap wine and the end is near. Drown out the sorrow and eliminate the fear. Stomp your feet down for the final last puff. Guess this dirty old life was more than enough. I'm chasing the darkness, the fire's all gone. Just a ghost on the porch waiting for the long dawn. The music stops. The sound of a final quick, dry cough, followed by a cigarette being dropped and slowly sizzling out in mud. Mist hangs low where the gallows lean. The moon cut sharp through a silver sheen. I rode rode that night through the cypress bend with a pocket of guilt and a one-time friend. Said, boy, the past don't wash away. I said, that's fine, it never stays. The sheriff's boots made the chapel ring while the choir hummed that hollow thing. The widow smiled with an empty glass, said, son, all saints come home at last. Down by Gallows Creek they call my name. Echoes hum in the wind and rain. If the Lord won't look, then let him sleep. I got sins too old and debts too deep. A blackbird perched on a hanging line, crooked wings like a folded sign. He called once more, then flew on south, carrying truth from a liar's mouth. Down by Gallows Creek they call my name. Echoes hum in the wind and rain. If the Lord won't look, then let him sleep. I got sins too old and debts too deep. Banjo hums through the ghostly glow. Boot stomp slow where the cold winds blow. Down by Gallows Creek I'll lay my head with the living lost and the faithful dead. If grace still breathes, she'll find me there in the hangman's hymn and the midnight air. Mist hangs low where the gallows lean, and I fade away like I've never been. Smoke drifts out from the county line. Crows fly low through the crooked pine. I broke my oath in a one-room cell, said my prayers to the edge of hell. The warden laughed, said, boy, you're through, but death's got better things to do. The preacher's coat hangs torn and gray. He tried to bless what won't obey. I took his Bible, tore the spine, said the truth don't fit a life like mine. Ring that bell, shake that chain. Mercy's gone, but the songs remain. If the Lord's still counting, let him know I've been tallied long ago. The woman weeps in the courthouse rain. Her tears cut grooves in the window pane. She said, love don't die, it just turns mean, and walked away from the gallows scene. Ring that bell, shake that chain. Mercy's gone, but the songs remain. If the Lord's still counting, let him know I've been tallied long ago. echo hums through the iron bars, boots stomp soft under falling stars. Ring that bell, let the echoes roll. Sound it deep from my restless soul. If heaven hears, it'll sound the same. A bell, a chain, and a man to blame. Smoke drifts out from the county line, and I fade slow through the crooked pine. Got no ticket, no place to be, just riding the rods wild and free. The boxcar's dark and the cold wind blows, looking for a warmth that nobody knows. Left the town behind with a debt unpaid, guess some promises are better betrayed. I saw a brakeman staring with a light in his hand. He knew I was running from the law of the land. He just shook his head, didn't make a sound, 'cause misery's coming on the stretch of ground. He knows we all flee from the same damn thing, the consequences that the daylight will bring. Hear the train whistle echo singing in the night, carries away the wrong and a little bit of right. Stomp your feet, boy, feel the steel shaking hard, playing the final hand of the broken black card. We're rolling to nowhere, fast as the wind. The only forgiveness is the place we can't find sin. And I smell the sea air. Imagine a life that's beyond all repair. A small wooden shack and a fishing pole line, a quiet old inn that I could call mine. But the wheels keep turning, the track is my fate. I'll be riding this sign till it's too damn late. Hear the train whistle echo singing in the night, carries away the wrong and a little bit of right. Stomp your feet, boy, feel the steel shaking hard, playing the final hand of the broken black card. We're rolling to nowhere, fast as the wind. The only forgiveness is a place we can't find sin. Music speeds up into a chaotic, loud climax, mimicking the train roaring through a tunnel. Banjo, mandolin, and cello pound a unified, fierce rhythm group shout, sharp and desperate. Faster! Go! Run! Hear the train whistle echo, sounding the final call. Gonna jump this slow ride before I finally fall. Stomp your feet, boy, feel the ground coming fast. Knowing the darkness is a thing that'll last. We're rolling off the tracks and the journey is through. The train's moving on, but I'm finished with you. The music cuts to the sound of a large jump. A hard impact on the ground, followed by the train whistle fading rapidly into the distance. The sound of heavy, ragged breathing. haunting fiddle melody began, slightly out of tune, backed by a deep resonant plucking on the cello, the sound of a heavy door creaking shut in the distance. Shut down, just ghosts and whispers in this dusty town. The paint is peeling off a clapboard wall, waiting for the good Lord's horn to call. I sit here smoking in the parlor dim, praying to a God I ain't met him. Used to be the banker, sharp and cold, took the farmer's land for silver and gold. I drove them out, watched them walk away. Now the whole damn I paid, the wealth I gathered, it turned to rust, just a final layer of lonely dust. Stomp your foot hard, make the timber shake, for the awful promise that a rich man makes. Cripple creeks judging every breath I draw, living with a conscience that's against the law. The river runs dark with the deeds I've done, and there ain't no shelter from the setting sun. Tells me what I ain't there to tell myself. There's no way to atone for the rotten seeds that I have sown. Stomp your foot hard, make the timber shake, for the awful promise that a rich man makes. Cripple creeks judging every breath I draw, living with a conscience that's against the law. The river runs dark with the deeds I've done, and there ain't no shelter from a setting sun. Into a fast, aggressive bluegrass stomp. The banjo plays a wild manic solo, contrasted by a deep pulsing bass rhythm from the cello group shouting almost a desperate plea. Gal G, stomp your foot hard, let the whole place fall. I'm ready to answer the final call. Cripple Creek's waiting, patient and slow. The music fades quickly, leaving only the sound of the slow creaking door opening again, followed by heavy measured footsteps coming closer. The sound of a single desperate call. mournful high-pitched slide on the fiddle. A slow, heavy, alternating bass line on the cello, like a weary march. The faint metallic sound of car horns passing in the distance. They line the highway, little white sticks, marking the spot where the bad luck hits. Roadside crosses all bowed and small, witness to the moments when the good men fall. A faded bouquet and a rusted tin sign, telling the world that the ending ain't fine. Saw a fresh one today by the curve in the road, a simple wood marker for a heavy quick load. Maybe it was liquor, maybe it was speed, just another lost soul planting a bitter seed. The dust keeps blowing but the stone keeps still, proof that no man can outrun the will. Oh, the roadside crosses keep the score, counting the sinners who ain't walking through the door. Stomp your feet, boy, by the edge of the tar. Know that your end ain't very far. We're all just ghosts on the long, lonely drive, paying for the minutes that we managed to survive. My truck and I took off my hat, said a silent prayer for the fool laying flat, cause I could have been him just a minute too late. A cheap wooden marker sealing my fate. We drive too fast and we live too hard, trying to outrun the hand of the final call. Oh, the roadside crosses keep the score, counting the sinners who ain't walking through the door. Stomp your feet, boy, by the edge of the tar. Know that your end ain't very far. We're all just ghosts on the long, lonely drive, paying for the minutes that we managed to survive. Music goes into a fast, aggressive bluegrass breakdown, mimicking a dangerous high-speed drive. Banjo and mandolin are frantic, foot stomps and claps are quick and relentless, then halt with a sharp, squealing sound. Oh, the roadside crosses are standing for me, final damn stop for the man I should be. Stomp your feet, boy, lay your burden down. No more sad travels in this wicked old town. We're all just memories on the side of the track, and there ain't no damn way to ever turn back. The music cuts, leaving the sound of the wind, followed by the faint, slow sound of a car passing by, its tires humming on the asphalt, then fading. Fast rhythm, frantic strum on the mandolin, establishing a driving tempo. The cello plays a heavy, galloping bass line, the sound of dry leaves and dust skittering across the ground. The sun's a hammer, beating on my neck. Just a half-mile run to the river to check if the water's low or the banks are high. I'm looking for a place where a sinner can hide. The air is thick with the smell of dry sage. Just another lonely chapter on a weathered page. Saw a dust devil spinning up the road, carrying the seeds that the devil has sowed. It looked like a ghost with a grin on its face, dancing to the sorrow of this desolate place. It followed me close, it knew my crime, said you can't outrun the hands of time. It's a dust devil's dance, where the wicked all play, spinning off the hours of the judgment day. Stomp your feet, boy, and make the dry ground crack. There ain't no damn trail leading, never coming back. The desert is hungry, the wind is its song, and you've been here waiting for far too long. I pulled my flask out, had a swallow of heat, tasted like fire, smelled like defeat. Drank to the man that I used to be before the bad fortune took its toll on me. I'm just a husk now, empty and thin, a scarecrow of flesh for the dust to spin. It's a dust devil's dance, where the wicked all play, spinning on the hours of the judgment day. Stomp your feet, boy, make the dry ground crack. There ain't no damn trail leading, never coming back. The desert is hungry, the wind is its song, and you've been here waiting for far too long. The music hits a blinding, speed banjo, mandolin, and fiddle play a unified, chaotic, dizzying melody, mirroring the spinning dust. Devil group shouts, short and sharp, wind dust, spin, go. It's a dust devil's dance, and the sun is gone. I'll be dancing this waltz till the cold pale dawn. Stomp your feet, boy, let your final breath shake. It's a last sad spin for a poor soul's sake. The desert is quiet, the shadows are deep, and the secrets I buried the dust will now keep. The music cuts, leaving the sound of the wind, which slowly begins to settle, becoming quieter until there is only the faint sound of dry sand.